It's 4:20 p.m. Saturday afternoon here at the Howling Moon Studios in Northern California. It's time for another Saturday stream. I hope you're doing well. Hope you've had a really good week. Here in California, the weather is just amazing. I mean, it's really hard to tell if you go outside that you know climate change is turning most of California into a desert, or that there's weird things going on literally everywhere else in the world. It's just very nice here. And as a consequence, I'm in a great frame of mind. I'm going to have a fun time playing this show, and I hope you enjoy it. Wash your hands in my fingerboard, baby. Then let your pinkies dry. Let you hold my fuzzy peaches if you let me taste your pie. You may hold my peaches, baby. You may drive my car. 'Cause in my constellation, baby, you know you're the brightest star. You can take all my money, honey. You gotta take me as well. I wouldn't know how to live without you, but then you never can tell. You still stir my sugar, baby. You still lick my jaw. 'Cause in my constellation, baby, you know you're the brightest star. Well, I'll clean your chimney, baby, when you need your ashes hauled. Well, I'll unclog your carburetor, baby, when your car has stalled. You may try to leave me, baby, you won't get too far. 'Cause in my constellation, baby, you know you're the brightest star. I know we'll grow up together, two sweet peas in a pod. Lovey-dovey senior citizens may strike some as I. Well, I would do whatever you ask. I'll follow you to Mars. 'Cause in my constellation, baby, I need you now. I don't mean maybe. In my constellation, baby. In my constellation, baby, you know you're the brightest. You've always been the brightest. You are the brightest star. Send that one out to Anne. She's getting ready for the world premiere of Otherworld at the Delaware Theater Company in Wilmington, Delaware. And I am just so incredibly proud of her. I mean, the circumstances of this have been so difficult. If you think about it, that the original plan was to have the world premiere be in March of 2020, and they got shut down by quarantine after one preview performance. And this time they began their rehearsals in New York, I think on January 3rd or January 4th, which is just as Omicron was going parabolic. And with 75 people in the company, they were up against actually 75 there, and then all the people who work at the theater in Wilmington counted as one company. And I think it was a total of 135 people. If in any week 5 of them had tested positive, the whole production would have been shut down for at least 5 days. And, it took tremendous effort and discipline by the company and by the people running the show to keep everybody healthy. I mean, I think they had a total of 22 people over the last 7 or 8 weeks that have gotten COVID, but never 5 in 1 week. And so they've gotten this far. I mean, obviously everything got slowed down. It's a lot harder, when you're wearing masks in rehearsals and things like that. Things don't move as smoothly as they would. But they've persevered through all of that. And then later this coming week, they're going to have the first preview again. And then the show opens March 4th. And if you happen to be anywhere near Wilmington, Delaware, between March 4th and March 20th, or if you're there actually after, I guess, Thursday of this week, I hope you'll go and see it. It's just an amazing, amazing show. Go to the website, otherworldmusical.com. That's otherworld, singular, musical.com. Check or go on to YouTube and look at some of the videos. It's really an amazing thing. And the music for it which Anne wrote, she co-wrote both the music and the lyrics. They're just fantastic. I'm so excited to get to see it. And I hope some of you will get there too. Actually, this week in Europe, they had a hurricane, which they called Storm Eunice. And Eunice just blew things away. And it just reminded me of 2012, 10 years ago, when Sandy hit New York and we were all there. We saw it coming from 1,000 miles. With every hour it grew. An epic storm marking time that crawled before it flew. We shared a meal, just you and me, telling stories naturally, making light of danger we both could see. When signs turned into warnings, I made my getaway. You stayed behind, fake and brave, as blue skies turned to gray. Then the sky came crashing down. The oceans rose from underground. I was feeling safe, but all alone on the last chopper out of Saigon. I was among the lucky ones who made it out that day. I hitched a ride on Noah's Ark. I never thought to stay. As the city disappeared below, creeping dread began to grow for friends I'd left behind in my rush to go. When signs turn into warnings, I made my getaway. You stayed behind, faking brave as blue skies turned to gray. And the sky came crashing down. The oceans rose from underground. I was feeling safe, but all alone on the last chopper out of Saigon. will I get another chance to prove myself to you? To prove myself to you. Storm ripped through your city, homes and lives destroyed, neighborhoods blown away as if by an asteroid. I waited for some word from you. I held my breath till I turned blue. The good news came and I sighed and finally knew. When signs turn into warnings, next time I will not run. We'll stay or go together. We'll face our fate as one. But when the skies come crashing down, the oceans rise from underground, where we'll all be on, or no one's going on the last chopper out of Saigon. We'll all be on, or no one's going on the last chopper out of Saigon. The last chopper out of Saigon. So Eunice, I mean, was by European standards just an epic storm, and a lot of damage done, particularly, I think, in southern England, and then, of course, along the English Channel coast. So northern France, Belgium, the Netherlands. A friend of mine in the Netherlands had lots of damage, and but there were some moments of levity, and my favorite was a video I saw on Twitter of 3 people who were sitting on skateboards, and each one of them had a shopping bag, basically like a, something that had handles, and they were holding the bags up and using them as sails, and they were being pulled along at a relatively rapid clip. It was pretty funny, and I thought to myself, well, it's good when you can make light of something like that, because Mother Nature is getting more fierce, and it's not taking prisoners. So, batten down the hatches. Annie laid her head down in the roses. She had ribbons, ribbons, ribbons in her long blonde hair. I don't know, maybe it was the roses. Well, all I know, I could not leave her there. I don't know, it must have been the roses. Roses are the ribbons in a long brown hair. I don't know, maybe it was the roses. Well, all I know, I could not leave her there. 10 years of waves roll the ships home from the sea, thinking, well, how it may blow in all good company. If I tell another what your own lips told to me, let me lay neath the roses till my eyes no longer see. I don't know, it must have been the roses. Roses are her there. One pane of glass in the window. No one is complaining, no. Come in and shut the door. Faded is the crimson from the ribbon that she wore. And it's strange how no one comes round anymore. I don't know, it must have been the roses. Roses are the ribbon in a long blonde hair. I don't know, maybe it was the roses. Well, all I know, I could not leave her there. Annie laid her head down in the roses. She had ribbons in long blonde hair. I don't know, maybe it was the roses. All I know, I could not leave her there. I don't know, it must have been the roses. Roses are the ribbons in her long blonde hair. I don't know, maybe it was the roses. All I know, I could not leave her there. So the Moonalice tour is going to spin up this week, and we've got rehearsals this week, and then we've got a show on Friday night at the Felton Music Hall, which is outside of Santa Cruz, and then Saturday night at Sweetwater Music Hall in Mill Valley, so Marin County. And these are our first outdoor shows in more than 2 years. Sorry, indoor shows. Our first indoor shows in more than 2 years. And, we're sort of stuck in this really weird place where we're desperately hoping people will come because, venues are hurting, the band's hurting, everybody's hurting. But at the same time, we want to keep everybody safe. So what we're asking everybody to do is, be vaxxed, be boosted, wear a mask. And, be nice to each other, be nice to everybody who's around, and let's try to make this thing work. And, knock wood, it's all going to work great. There certainly are a lot of places for us to play this year. The trick is to be able to put together tours that work, because what's super hard is the whole thing is like on standby, because the venues aren't waiting around for people to organize thoughtful tours. They're just filling each night as best they can. And so scheduling's tricky, but we're doing our best. And knock wood, we're going to get around in a way we haven't for a number of years. So Midwest in October, Northeast in September. We'll be up in Oregon in May. Back in Oregon again in July. Down in L.A. Dates TBD, but definitely going down to L.A. Not just for Skull and Roses, which is in April, but for a real run around L.A. So these are all things to look forward to. And, we hope to see you face to face. I can't wait for you to be able to hear all the new stuff we're playing and just feel the energy and the love that's coming out of this configuration, because there really is something special going on here. It's so cool to be able to play with Lester and Dylan and the T's. Wow. And we're going to go back to Fur Peace Ranch in October. See Yorma. Been so long since I belong here, ever since I lost my way. That was when I still had something left for me to say unto you, just to see your smile, laugh and look at me now. When you held me tight in the morning, well, it's been so long since I felt at home in a mirror. Was the time I once came running down the street we used to live. That was when I still had something special left for me to give unto you, just to see your smile, laugh and look at me now. When you held me tight in the morning, well, it's been so long since I felt at home in a mirror. If I had wings like Noah's dove, fly up the river to the one I love. Fare thee well, oh honey, fare thee well. One of these mornings, drizzling rain, in my heart. I felt an aching pain. Fare thee well, oh honey, fare thee well. Woman I love, she's so long and tall. She moves her body like a cannonball. Fare thee well, oh honey, fare thee well. One of these mornings, it won't be long, you call my name and I'll be gone. Fare thee well, my honey, fare thee well. If I had wings like Noah's dove, fly up the river to the one I love. Fare thee well, my honey, fare thee well. She took my hand and she tried to make me understand that she would always be there. But I looked away and she ran away from me today. Such a lie, only mine. Came was no surprise to me. She left me in misery. It seemed like only yesterday she made a vow. I walked away, she took my hand and she tried to make me understand that she would always be there. And she ran away from me today. Such a lie, all of mine. Came to think it'd be a sin to love another man's woman. I guess I'll keep on sinning and loving you, Lord, to my very last day. She ran away from me today. Such a lie, all of mine. So I had a phone call this week, totally out of the blue, from somebody I really admire. Was a call meant a lot to me, and I was thinking about people I admire, and I thought about this song. I decided I want to play it today. I hope that's okay. Thousands of people in Washington Square come out to be part of a dream where fairness and justice are just not for people like me. Hours in line for a selfie, pinky with each little girl, coming together to take back a vision gone wrong. Internet titans and Wall Street tycoons with money and power and greed, they have nothing we want anymore, nothing we want anymore. I want to follow her lead now, I'm drawn to the words of her song. Tell those patriarch bullies to pack up their bags, they've led us astray for too long. Put the woman in charge, please. It's time to try something new. There's nothing to fear, the future is here. It's ours if we make it true. Too many people for too many years denied the fruits of their dreams, stuck in a world that works just for people like me. Powerful villains with ego and greed and fantasies too sick for words, enabled by lawyers and buddies and money to burn. Their victims were scared into silence till a miracle finally occurred. Some villains are going to jail now, some villains are going to jail. I want to follow her dream now, I'm drawn to the words of her song. Tell those patriarch bullies, pack up their bag, they led us astray for too long. Put the woman in charge, please, it's time to try something new. There's nothing to fear, the future is here, it's ours if we make it true. Millions of people all over the world protest a dangerous fool who favors a world that works just for people like him. Millions of voices beg to be heard when fantasy, fairness, and love, values we once took for granted, are melting away. Marching is just the beginning. From Hong Kong to San Juan to here, we cannot stand back anymore. We cannot stand back anymore. I want to follow her dream now, I'm drawn to the words of her song. Tell those patriarch bullies to pack up their bags, they've led us astray for too long. Put the woman in charge, please, it's time to try something new. There's nothing to fear, the future is here, and it's ours if we make it true. Time has come. Time has come today. Time has come today. Time has come today. Now, mother, don't you stop praying. Father, keep right on praying. Mother, don't stop praying, for this old world, she's almost done. Now keep your lamp trimmed and burning, keep your lamps trimmed and burning, keep your lamps trimmed and burning, for this old world, she's almost done. Now, sister, don't stop praying, brother, keep right on praying. Sister, don't stop praying, for this old world, she's almost done. Now keep your lamps trimmed and burning, keep your lamps trimmed and burning, keep your lamps trimmed and burning, for this old world, she's almost done. Keep your lamps trimmed and burning, keep your lamps trimmed and burning, keep your lamps trimmed and burning, for this old world, she's almost done. Now, brother, don't stop preaching. Brother, don't stop preaching. Brother, don't stop preaching, for this old world, she's almost done. Now keep your lamps trimmed and burning, keep your lamps trimmed and burning, keep your lamps trimmed and burning, for this old world, she's almost done. Now keep your lamps trimmed and burning, keep your lamps trimmed and burning, keep your lamps trimmed and burning, for this old world, she's almost done. Yes, for this old world, she's almost done. For this old world, she's almost done. All right, I want to send this one out to Gail Barnes. Sunlight through a hotel window, marina swaying wide, gentle swells and harbor smells, afternoon and night. Voices from the cafe tables, the soundtrack for their life. She dreamed he'd be a memory soon. He dreamed she'd be his wife. He said, I think you're lovely. He said, you always glow. He said, you thrill me like no other, and forevermore. He said, you take my breath away. You're perfect, this I know. She turned to him and said, I'm glad you think so. Twilight turns to evening, evening turns to night. Heartbeat slows, traffic flows, artificial line. Voices from the street below, voices in his head. And from a dream she stood before him, this is what he said. He said, I think you're lovely. He said, you always glow. He said, you thrill me like no other, and forevermore. He said, you take my breath away. You're perfect, this I know. She turned to him and said, I'm glad you think so. She said, I'm glad you think that I'm as perfect as can be. I only wish I saw in you the things you see in me. With that she turned and left him, standing by the door. And as she disappeared, he cried and echoed forevermore. He said, you know you're lovely. You know you always glow. You know you thrill me like no other, and forevermore. You know you take my breath away. You're perfect, this I know. And in his head she said, I'm glad you think so. In his head she said, I'm glad you think so. In his head she said, I'm glad you think so. All right. I want to do a song from elementary school. Well, I got no mule and her name was Sal. 15 miles on the Erie Canal. She's a good old worker, a good old pal. 15 miles on the Erie Canal. We've hauled some barges in our day, filled with lumber, coal, and hay. We know every step of the way, from Albany to San Jose. Where would I be if I lost my pal? 15 miles on the Erie Canal. Well, I'd like to see another mule as good as Sal. 15 miles on the Erie Canal. A friend of mine once pissed her off. Now he's got a busted jaw. She let fly with her steel toe, kicked his ass back to Buffalo. Low Bridge, everybody down. Low Bridge, we're coming to a town. Always know your neighbor, you always know your pal. You ever navigated on the Erie Canal? We better look around for a job, old gal. 15 miles on the Erie Canal. You bet your life I wouldn't part with Sal. 15 miles on the Erie Canal. Get up there, mule, here comes a lock. We'll hit Rome by 6 o'clock. One more trip, then back we'll go. Right back home, back to Buffalo. Low Bridge, everybody down. Low Bridge, we're coming to a town. You always know your neighbor, you always know your pal. You haven't navigated on the Erie Canal. Say, Low Bridge, everybody down. Low Bridge, we're coming to a town. You always know your neighbor, you always know your pal. You haven't navigated on the Erie Canal. If you've ever navigated on the Erie Canal. If you've ever navigated on the Erie Canal. To lead a better life, I need my love to be here, here, making each day of the year, changing my life with a wave of her hand. Nobody can deny that there's something there. Running my hands through her hair, both of us thinking how good it could be. Somebody's speaking, she doesn't know he's there. I want her everywhere. When she's beside me, I know I need never care. To love her is to need her everywhere, knowing that love is to share. Each one believing that love never dies, watching her eyes, hoping I'm always there. I want her everywhere. When she's beside me, I know I need never care. To love her is to need her everywhere, knowing that love is to share. Each one believing that love never dies, watching her eyes, hoping I'm always there. To be there and everywhere, here, there, and everywhere. So the really cool news this week, of course, is that Paul McCartney has announced a tour. North America, he's coming to Oakland, I think on May 6th, the night before we play in Pacific Grove. But he starts in Seattle, kind of does a West Coast thing, and he hops across the country and does like Fenway Park and Giant Stadium. So, I don't know, he does a couple other things on the East Coast too, further south. And basically, when he did his last tour, which was in 2019, it was in the middle. So it's been, I think, since 2018 since he's played on the West Coast. And I am so fired up. Been way too long. I hope he plays that song. I turn and walk away. I come around again. It looks as though tomorrow I'll do pretty much the same. I must turn down your offer. I'd like to ask a break. You know I'm ready to give everything for anything I take. Someone called my name, you know, I turned around to see. It was midnight in the mission, and the bells were not for me. Come again. Walking along in the mission, in the rain, come again. Walking along in the mission, in the rain. 10 years ago I walked the street, my dreams were riding tall. Tonight I would be thankful, Lord, for any dream at all. Some folks would be happy just to have one dream come true. But anything you gather is just more that you can lose. Come again. Walking along in the mission, in the rain, come again. Walking along in the mission, in the rain. All the things I planned to do, I only did halfway. Tomorrow will be Sunday, born of Saturday. There's some satisfaction in the San Francisco rain. No matter what comes down, the mission always looks the same. Come again. Walking along in the mission, in the rain, come again. Walking along in the mission, in the rain, come again. Walking along in the mission, in the rain. One took over the line, sweet Jesus, one took over the line. Sitting downtown in a railway station, one took over the line. waiting for the train that comes home, sweet Mary, hoping that the train is on time. Sitting downtown in a railway station, one took over the line. Who do you love? I hope that it's me. I've been a-changing, you can plainly see. Felt the joy, learned about the pain, how my mama said, if I should choose to make a part of me, it would surely strike me dead. Now I'm one took over the line, sweet Jesus, one took over the line. Sitting downtown in a railway station, one took over the line. Waiting for the train that goes home, sweet Mary, hoping that the train is on time. Sitting downtown in a railway station, one took over the line. I sail away, a country mile. Now I'm returning, showing off my smile. I met all the girls, I love myself a few, and I'm my surprise, like everything else that I've been through, they opened up my eyes. Now I'm one took over the line, sweet Jesus, one took over the line. Sitting downtown in a railway station, one took over the line. Don't you know it? Waiting for the train that goes home, sweet Mary, hoping that the train is on time. Sitting downtown in a railway station, one took over the line. One took over the line, sweet Jesus, one took over the line. Sitting downtown in a railway station, one took over the line. And I'll be waiting for the train that goes home, sweet Mary, hoping that the train is on time. Sitting downtown in a railway station, one took over the line. One took over the line. Before I play this one, I was reading the paper today, and it said that the official statistic is that 2,323 people died of COVID in the United States yesterday. And obviously the whole country's decided that we're done with this, right? We're not going to worry about it anymore. But if you go back and look, 2,323 people in one day is, that would have been a big number for most of the time before we had a vaccine. And it's an insane number since we've had a vaccine. And it's because, roughly a third of the country has not gotten 2 vaccines. And roughly half of those people, I think, haven't gotten a booster, which means like maybe half the country is effectively unvaccinated today. And so that even though Omicron is less severe, particularly if you've been vaccinated and boosted, the number of people infected by it is so huge that it means that people are dying at an intense rate. I mean, the peak number, I think I mentioned this last week, I think the peak number a little over a week ago was basically 4,000 a day, which was right up there with the all-time high from before we had a vaccine. And so it's like you sit there and you realize, wow, the things we can put up with this country are just amazing, right? I mean, we freaked out and essentially undermined our democracy permanently because 3,000 people died on 9/11. And we're losing the better part of that every single day. And we're going on like that's completely normal. And that I find absolutely unbelievable. Long after midnight and the party rages, lunatics and animals out of their cages, alarm bells ringing, who knows where. Nobody listens, nobody cares. Rome burn, Rome burn, Rome burn. Hurricane winds tearing up my street. Flood waters everywhere, 3 feet deep. We better do something before we all die. Naked men say our debt is too high. Rome burns. Rome burns. Rome burns. Every kid hopes to be a fireman. Till the fire starts, it's all a game. Now the flames are everywhere. We can only sit and stare. Watch our sweetest dreams go up in smoke. Here fire, there fire, blazing away. Clouds of smoke choke the folk who stop to pray. We better do something before we all die. Naked men say tax rates are too high. Rome burns. Rome burns. Rome burns. Rome burns. Well, if you have a plan to motor west, go to the highway, that's the highway, that's the best. Joe Kicks on Route 66. Willie Wine from Chicago to LA. 2,000 miles all the way. Get your kicks on Route 66. When it goes from St. Louis to Joplin, Missouri, Oklahoma City, it's oh so pretty, you'll see. Amarillo, Gallup, New Mexico. Flagstaff, Arizona, don't forget Winona, Kingman, Barstow, and San Bernardino. Well, if you want to take this timely trip, won't you take that California trip? Get your kicks on Route 66. Well, it goes from St. Louis, Joplin, Missouri, Oklahoma City, and it's oh so pretty, you'll see. Amarillo, Gallup, New Mexico. Flagstaff, Arizona, don't forget Sedona, Kingman, Barstow, San Bernardino. Well, if you get hip to this kind of trip, won't you take that California trip? Get your kicks on Route 66. Get your kicks on Route 66. Get your kicks on Route 66. Well, I want to close the set out today with a song for Patrick, because let's face it, Patrick is the reason we all get to be here. And so, Patrick, this song is for you. Thank you for everything. There's a man who leads a life of danger. To everyone he meets, he stays a stranger. With every move he makes, another chance it takes. Odds are he won't live to see tomorrow. Secret agent man, secret agent man. They're giving you a number, taking away your name. Beware those pretty faces you may find. A pretty face can't hide an evil mind. Be careful what you say, or you'll give yourself away. Odds are you won't live to see tomorrow. Secret agent man, secret agent man. They're giving you a number, taking away your name. Swinging on the Riviera one day, lying in a Bombay alley the next day. Don't let that wrong word slip while you're kissing persuasive lips. Odds are you won't live to see tomorrow. Secret agent man, secret agent man. They're giving you a number, taking away your name. Thank you all very much. Hope you enjoyed the show. Please stay well. If you can, please spread the word about our shows. Friday night, that's the 25th, we'll be at the Felton Music Hall in Felton, California, which is next to Santa Cruz. Then Saturday the 26th, we'll be in Mill Valley at Sweetwater Music Hall. Both shows are 7 o'clock doors, 8 o'clock start. Just us, no warm-up act. And we're really, really excited about getting to play again. And so I promise that they will be something special. If you can be there, we hope you will be. If you can't be there, we hope you'll at least alert all your friends and help us get as many people there as possible. Again, these things are, meant to be COVID safe. So, masks required, and we're hoping everybody will be boosted and all that. But we really appreciate your support, whether you can be there, whether you can't be. We just really thank you for listening to this. And not quite sure what we're going to do next Saturday. I pre-recorded a show just in case we want to do one, because I'm not sure whether we're going to be broadcasting the Sweetwater show live. We may save that for later. So we'll have to play it by ear on that. I'm still waiting to hear from some of the other band members. Anyway, take really good care of yourselves, and hope to see you in Felton or Mill Valley this coming week. Take care. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.